Hi guys, in this tutorial we're going to learn how to nest the grid property. So right now we've created the container which contains 3 or 6 sections here. So we've added the display property on the container. So we can do the exact same thing. We can take this display grid and add it to one of these sections. So let's go to this and let's add some paragraphs here. So we say lorem 20, save that. Let me actually copy this down. Let me open this in the browser. So that's what we get right there, right? So we can add a display grid on this section here. So we can go to this first section and add the display property there. So we can say display grid. Now those paragraphs are stretching all the way to the end right there, right? So that you can see it, we can see this clearly. We're going to grab this and we'll target those paragraphs, and we'll say the border. We'll add the border to each one of them. Say 4 pixels solid. We'll add a red border. So as you can see, those paragraphs have this border right here, each one of them, that's stretching all the way to the end. So we can also specify the grid template columns here. So you want 3 columns, so we say 3 then comma 1 fr. So we want 3 columns, column 1, 2 and 3. So we can also specify the height or the width of these columns. So we can say let's actually they're looking nice now, so we can specify the height of those paragraphs they say. So we can say grid template rows, so let's make them about 300 pixels or maybe 200 pixels. So the height of this on each paragraph is there 100 pixels. 200 pixels height of each one of these paragraphs. So we can actually, what can we do to this? So there's a property, before I forget, there's a property called grid gap. So as you can see, these paragraphs right here, they're close together. As you can see, there's no space on each of these paragraphs, right? So we can add a property called grid gap. We can add a gap on each one of them. So we can say maybe 10 pixels. So they're going to be 10 pixels away from each other. As you can see, there's some air there. At least they can breathe now. There's some spaces. So let's actually try to take this to the center here. So we'll add another property here called justify content to the center, then align items to the center. Now they are in the center, but the height, it doesn't, those properties doesn't reserve the height of those paragraphs there. So we can remove this because it ruins everything. So we can take this back to where it was, as you can see. So let's add some margin so that they can be at least away from the top there. So we can margin top 20 pixels away. Now they are away from the top. But as you can see, we've added a margin top on this section. So let's take this back. So we're going to grab this and we'll add this on the paragraphs. Yes, so they are at least 20 pixels away from the top and 10 pixels away from each other. So that's how you can implement CSS grid on your website so that your website can be more responsive.